everyone, it's me, Lindsay, with EquipMeOT, here today to talk about step stools for the bedside. Now, it's a very common issue that beds these days are quite tall, and sometimes that can be very problematic for individuals trying to get into bed. This could be following surgery or an injury, or it could just be because of back pain, knee pain, weakness in the hips and core. So a whole host of reasons why you may need a step stool next to your bed. So my goal today is to show you 3 different options that are going to hit 3 price points and all going to be used a little bit differently so that you can see what options are available so you can pick what is best for your needs. As always, I'm going to put links down below to all of these so that you can find them if you're looking for them. And as always, if you have questions or comments or just thoughts about this, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I love to hear what your thoughts are. So let's get started with what I've picked for today's video. First things first, I've got one of my old standbys, the most affordable option, the Aerobic Stepper. These are lightweight, these are plastic, easy to clean, easy to find. You can find them at most big box stores, in their fitness sections, and a lot of times you can pick these up at thrift stores and garage sales, or just find one in your basement. My one piece of advice is to look for ones that have feet like this, that are interlocking versus the type that just set on themselves. With the interlocking feet, you're going to have a much more stable surface, one that won't necessarily wiggle when you step down on it, which is really a good idea if you're using it to support your body weight. This one's going to run you around $30 if purchased new, but could be much cheaper or a little bit more expensive depending on which brand you choose. They are going to give you a variability of height between the height of the actual step and up to the height with 2 additional pieces added to the bottom. That varies a little bit, but it gives you plenty of height for most beds. Really tall beds, you might have to choose one of these other 2 options, but this works for a lot of options. It's also nice and wide. It's going to give you a nice area to step down on. Just a really suitable option. This one holds 200 pounds of weight capacity. And again, that's going to be variable depending on your brand. The next most affordable option is this guy over here. This is one I really like and I've actually discussed in other videos. This is a step stool with handle. It is metal. It has a nice high grip surface for you to step on, padded handle, and it's going to run you around $70. This one is going to be a smaller area to step down on, but it has a slightly higher weight capacity in that this one will hold around 300 pounds of total weight. This guy here is the biggest option. This is called the Step 2 bed. It comes in 2 sizes. This is their standard. They also have an extra large. This is going to put you back around $160. The extra large is going to be $200. And the basics of this is it's going to hold 400 pounds plus if you go to the extra large size. It's going to have a nice amount of variability for height, and as you can see, a significantly larger stepping area. So now I'm going to go about showing you how these would work if they were each set up next to this bed here. So let's start off with the Aerobic Stepper. Now I'm going to set this next to the bed. You want to set it at the top half of the bed so that when you go to pivot in and sit down, you're at the top half or third of the bed, making it much easier to position. So I'm going to set that right up against the edge of the bed. Right there is perfect. And if I had somebody using a walker or a mobility aid, which is pretty common in this scenario, I would have them approach from the front and then turn the mobility aid to the side like this so it's still within reach. That's important for both getting in and getting out of bed. I would have them ascend the step using their strongest leg to go up. So we'll say my left is my strong leg. I'm going to step up and follow 2 with the right. Now I'm going to turn. Now it's very important, and this is the nice thing about this design, it has a nice wide support area, so I can turn with a pretty wide base of support with my feet. If I had bigger feet, I might shift it out a little bit as to not bump my heels on the back of the bed so much, but I'm still holding on to my walker here. It is an option too if you wanted to have a bed rail placed at the real top of the bed here. That would be also useful to grab onto to help support this process. Okay, so what I always tell folks is before they sit down anywhere, bed, chair, anywhere, make sure you feel the bed on the back of your legs. And you can see the top edge of the mattress is actually at the back of my knees. That's how I know I got the height of my stool correct. Now I can reach back and I can sit. And you can see I'm all the way back as far as I can be in bed before I then pivot to lay down. So this has put me in a really nice position to be able to get in and out comfortably and safely, so I'm not sitting too close to the edge. Okay, so now let's talk about this step stool with the handle. Very important to note, I selected one with one handle, and that is because when you're using a bed step stool, you do not want two tall handles because they'll get in the way when you're trying to swing your legs around. So only select one with one handle, and you want the handle to be positioned towards the head of the bed, okay? So that's just a really important note when you're picking a step stool specifically for beds. So that's why I like this one. Now, I would approach it the same way if I was using a mobility aid. I'd set it towards the top half or third of my bed. Now this time I might position my walker over here because I don't need the extra handle over here, but the walker is now in a spot where I could get to it when I'm getting out of bed after sleeping. Now I can use this handle that's nice and here. This is very stable. Now I can also have my hand here if I need a little extra support, and I can have them again step up with their strong leg, leading with the strong leg up onto the step stool. And again, we're going to pivot. So slow and steady. This is a smaller base, so you want to make sure that they can handle that smaller circle, and then simply back up to the bed. Again, you can see I got the height right. This one might actually, I could even lower this one because my bed is not quite this high, but it works pretty well. I've got the bed at the backs of my knees. I reach back, lower myself down gently, and I'm nice and far back in my bed. This has worked really well. And again, I can swing my legs around, step up onto this, use my walker here for additional support, and then we're going to step down, and off I go safely to wherever my destination might be. And last but surely not least, we have this one, the Step 2 bed. This is going to be your largest option. It's also going to sustain the largest weight capacity. This particular model holds 400 pounds, and then they go up in size to the XL, which holds more. But this is going to be your most stable option. It's also going to be the one that requires the most effort to put together. I would highly recommend recruiting somebody to assist you in putting this together if you're not comfortable using tools. It's also quite heavy, so once it's in place, you're probably going to leave it there. It does have the addition of these Velcro straps which loop around your bed frame. They're meant to loop around a metal bed frame or a fairly narrow wooden or other material bed frame just to hold this securely to the edge of the bed. I find it's not abundantly necessary because of its weight and stability. It's not really going to go anywhere unless you're really shifting your body a lot when you're using it. Again, it's got this nice, big, long, wide handle, and then a low handle on this side. This is low again, remember, because you have to be able to swing your legs around, but it is a secondary stabilizing point if you need that. It also comes with this motion activated light, which is great if you're using it to get in and out of bed at night. So let me show you real quick how I would set myself up to use this particular design. Again, if we were to ambulate up to it with our walker, we would leave the walker kind of over to the side so it's in the area we need it when we go to get back out of bed again. Find the handle, step up with our strong leg first, follow with the other leg, pivot once again. I've got a nice wide thing here. So one of the nice things about this width is if I had a caregiver that really needed to be close and support during this process, there's enough space for a second person to stand on here, but remember the weight capacity. So this particular one can hold 400 pounds. You might need the XL if you're helping somebody who's a little bit larger get in and out of bed this way. So again, I'm gonna back myself up, find the edge of the bed, and then I'm going to lower myself down and into bed. This is a nice, stable option for a lot of folks who have really considerable balance issues, so definitely an option for that. It also gives this nice stabilizing point if you're in bed. So if I'm laying down in bed, this one versus the other two, because it's fixed to my bed frame, I can kind of use it like a bed rail to assist me in coming back out of bed. So it does have a little bit of dual purpose there as far as bed mobility is concerned. Then I would simply use it to scoot to the edge. I've got this nice big base here, stand up, and then I would find my walker, step down, and off I go. So there you have it, 3 options for bed step stools. I hope you got some good information from this video. If you need more information like this on how to stay safe and independent in your home and community, consider subscribing to EquipMeOT. Thank you.